In this video, we're going to take a look at what happens towards the end of the game. So I've just collected all of the pieces of my lantern, and I've been kind of hinted heavily for me to go and explore what looks to me like a lighthouse. So the lighthouse can be found right at on the starting kind of beach area of the game. And you unlock it at a certain point. It's similar to the other shortcuts you come across in the game, where you get access to certain entrances or doorways once you discover the other side of them. And what I've done before, this is the first time I've done it, so I'm not too sure what to expect. But what I've done before is you go up the lighthouse, you put your lantern on top, and then it will light up a bunch of stars, like in a constellation up in the sky. And I've always been short of all of the fragments of the lighthouse. So I've now just collected my final piece, and we're going to go into the building. We'll place it atop and we will see what happened. Upon collecting the final fragment, it did come up with a very, very minor cutscene, which basically just showed me the top of the lighthouse. So once we get there, I'm going to stay quiet and we can just see what happens. So if you go through this doorway ahead, that ends up being a shortcut down, but if you interact with this lift, it takes you right up to the top of the building. And let's see what happens. So what just happened? We complete... Okay, trying to figure out what exactly happened. So a giant light came down. It looked like it was either the lantern shining up, or I thought it was taking the lantern away. But then we've still got it, I think. If I press F, I've still got the lantern. The only time I've seen the star constellation pattern, so there's two other areas I've seen it in the game. One is right at the start where you pick up the lantern. So in that, right at the start, there's when you use the lantern, you can see that there's these kind of blue, kind of mystical lines in the same pattern around the place where you initially found it, in this area here. So you see these lines here? And then this is where we found it initially. But it doesn't seem like it did anything in particular for me. So the only other place I've seen it then is down in the depth of the map. So if we go all the way down, I think it was on floor like 16, 17. Yeah, there was this room here where once again it had the same star constellation. But it does make me feel things like that in game. This game is all about kind of mysterious, not really understanding. Clearly, it's not being spelled out to you what is happening. And my gut instinct here is go back to the lighthouse, try it again. But I'm pretty sure what happened was meant to happen. So for me, my next step is going to be go down to floor 16, go into that special room, and see what happens now that I've got all the fragments of the lantern for that